live. Woohoo! Let me call.
Woo!
Yay.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome. Thank you once again for sitting at the table and playing with me, virtually or otherwise. I'm super excited for this one, the first game of my second group. Very, very excited for this theme. In the Thirsty Sword Lesbian book, this and the Lesbians one were the two that spoke to me on so many levels and made me so happy. So I'm Emma. I am the GM. I'm going to be running the chaos to an extent and sort of helping them along the story here. We're going to run through and do just a brief I am so and so playing so and so, and then I will give you a game descriptor and an opening before we get started. Anyone who wants to go first absolutely can. There is no pressure, just however you guys want to run that through.
Hi, I am Polymo Duke. I am playing Dare Blake.
Amazing.
The spooky witch.
Okay.
Hello, I am Parker, he, him. I will be playing, let's see, oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. I can't even remember my character's name. Sunny D. I'm a rainbow painter lesbian.
Yes.
Nice.
But say, how can you forget that? That's one of the best names.
Yeah. I'm Lakin. I will be playing Mirwin, aka Miri, and she is the Sun Hand playbook. But I'm playing her as like a goddess of hearth and home that doesn't have all of her powers and sort of trying to make her way in the world.
Awesome.
Great. I am Barbamoosh. She, her pronouns. I will be playing Abigail Radcliffe using the infamous playbook. She has been an employee of the Megacorp, which we may end up seeing in this session. We'll see.
Maybe.
And I am Muscles, he, him. I am playing Seer Nanahan, she, her, who is a gig economy motorcycle delivery person by day and skateboarding hipster lesbian by night using the investigator playbook.
Very nice. And we do have a special guest star tonight, actually from our first group. She's going to be playing with us this evening as a super little surprise birthday, kind of get to game with us and join the other group for one awesome cameo. So Sarah, if you want to give an introduction to your character and what you're playing tonight.
I am Sarah, she, her, and I'm going to be playing Callista Ironheart, who is a beast that loves to party.
We love it. So we are entering the Neon City. Imagine the Tron megapolis from your dreams. Neon lights as far as the eyes can see, all the reflections, all of the bright, wonky colors, and yet layers upon layers of things to be found in this city. We have what we have, I think, all called the basements, because over time, you have just built more and more on these city levels. And on top, we have the Megacorp, which we briefly alluded to, who runs the city, who has a hand in everything. But for a long time, these two pieces have sort of worked, if not in harmony, at least in tandem of each other, knowing that they can't have one without the other. More recent months, days, times, there's been a bit of a switch in that. Megacorp has started a new movement that they're calling the Blackout Movement. They're starting to think that the Neon City's a little too bright, a little too garish, a little too much. As much of us as probably felt that way before, they're really trying to make everyone feel that way and fit into a different kind of box. They've started putting out commercials, fashion shows, posters, flyers, billboards, everything they can in black and white and gray images to fight against the stark, bright rainbow colors that have lived here before. You guys have kind of noticed it over the last couple of months. You've noticed the fashion pictures have changed from the brightly avant-garde pieces to these much more stark black and white. You've noticed that billboards, instead of being bright and shining and strobing, are entirely blacked out with simple lettering. Even going so far as to some businesses who don't like it, they've been defaced to look like this image that Megacorp is trying to push. Which is where we're going to start. At our base of operations, a biker bar in the center of neutral territory for the city. So not really where resistant members or other people would be, but also not under Megacorp by any means. This is the Silicone Kickstand, a very well-known neutral biker bar that is run by the infamous Papa Obi Franklin, Papa Franklin to his friends, and also with his head bartender and co-owner, Gearshaft, a troubadour who is always in for a good time, but also fiercely loyal to her friends. And that's where we're going to start. What I'm going to ask everybody is how they think that they would start the evening. And I'm going to give one other descriptor that is important for you guys to keep in mind, that as you come up to the Silicone Kickstand, Gearshaft is furiously scrubbing black spray paint off the front window. That has obviously happened within the last couple of hours. So I turn the floor over to you guys. I let you start, and I'll jump in as necessary.
Do they need me to like paint that or something?
Do you ask Gearshaft?
Yeah. I mean, I can just like paint over it. It doesn't have to be black. It can be a colorful window.
Oh, Sunny. Hi. Yeah. Actually, that's probably a better idea than me sitting here and putting in the elbow grease to get all of this off. You think you could do something about this? It happened last night.
Yeah, of course. It's just a new canvas, right?
That's a great way to look at it, and great for my wrists as well.
And I'll start painting rainbow with my colorful sword.
Amazing. Okay.
I think while you're doing that, Abigail arrives and parks her motorcycle, and she, is used to having employees because she was high up in the megacorp. So she takes off her jacket and just kind of holds it to the side, and then realizes, I don't have somebody to take this from me, and sheepishly puts it back under her arm and says, "Oh, honey, that's lovely. What are you painting?"
It was just like painted black, and it's kind of boring, so I decided that we would make it colorful. And I was just going to put some designs on it, not anything specific. Did you have anything in mind?
Ooh. Well, I think since it's a biker bar, maybe some bikes would be appropriate. Keep with the theme.
Yeah. I'll do the background first and then overlay the bike, and it'll be beautiful.
Excellent.
Dare has been there the entire time, just people watching, just quietly. Nobody's noticing her yet, and she has no desire to make herself known. So she's just sitting there watching them. She's wearing all black clothes except for this very bright red scarf, and she's just quietly wondering to herself, "Black is boring? Since when?"
I think it depends on the accessories, right? Okay. Now, Abigail, do you think that you would notice Dare because you're a little more attuned to her?
I think so. I think Abigail is a little bit more on the lookout for Dare because Abigail gave her that scarf. And when I see Dare, I say, "Oh, Dare, how's everything going? How's the scarf? Does it need any maintenance?"
It's been working well. And then she brings the strawberry daiquiri she's been sipping up to her mouth and sips some more of it.
Very nice. Okay.
Always a fountain of conversation, aren't you? Good to see you.
You too.
Okay, as we have our little trio out front here, who else do you think would come out? Do you think it would either be Mary or Seer first? Seer, I'm assuming you're kind of like getting into your route at this point.
Yeah. So, oh, go ahead, Lakin.
I was just gonna say I was probably baking something inside so I can Miri would burst out the door, just be like, "Fresh rolls, everybody!" Oh, what's this?
And Miri and Dare, having stayed in the apartments above the silicone kickstand, you probably wouldn't have been out quite yet because you're getting into the beginning of the evening. Everyone's schedule's a little like flip flopped because of the bar hours and stuff.
Sure.
So this would have been kind of the first you guys would be seeing this as well. And of course, Sunny's here fixing it, luckily, but it's definitely someone was very much trying to like kind of black out the front of the bar.
Well, this won't do.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I just was saying, this won't do. They're taking our colors from us. Can't have it.
Yeah, and if the window's blacked out, maybe we need to put some like colored lights inside so it's a little bit brighter since we don't have the natural neon light.
Dare is eating a roll.
Has just taken one. Okay.
And I think right about at this point, a motorcycle pulls up. It's a big blue one, kind of retro styled, in that it has wheels. And it parks, and the rider gets off, who's wearing like kind of like a big puffy white jacket, and she, this is Sir Nanahan. She takes off her helmet and kind of does one of these to kind of whip her hair out. And she sees the destruction of what happened here, the defacement of the bar. And before she acknowledges it, she is on the clock right now. So she'll walk up with a package, and she comes up to Miriwin, and she says, "Oh, fancy meeting you here on account of I've got a package for you. You need to sign for it." And it's she pulls out a digipad for your signature.
Dare cocks her head and thinks to herself, "What does she mean? She lives here."
Here is looks a little flustered, and
was that to Gearshaft that you offered the?
To you. It's
it
for
was
you.
to Miriam.
Okay, yeah, I misheard that. That's why I was like, just stand there.
It's all good.
Oh yes, I'll sign right here.
Yeah, if you wouldn't
How are the roads today?
It was not too bad, although it felt like there was a little bit more megacorp presence down here. I'm not used to it. Usually they keep to themselves. Speaking of, she kind of gestures to the wall as she hands over the package. What happened here?
Vandalism.
Guess the same thing that's been happening all over town. It looks like, just Megacorp doing their thing, stealing color, joy, life from the world.
She has no emotions on this whatsoever, obviously. Okay. And I'm going to say about this point, Gearshaft is going to come back out, but from the opposite entrance. It's one of those big bars that has the two wide entrances on the big glass front. And she's going to come out the other side. And I'm going to say she's walking with Callista, and they're talking together. They kind of have their heads put together. And Callista, give us a little bit of an idea, because, last night you had a bit of an adventure, and some things happened that maybe you would be saying to Gearshaft in this moment.
Listen, babes, I can't tell you what happened, but something. I left all my shit here because I got a text about a nice sheet club, and obviously I can't not go. I have to. I left in such a hurry, and I left all my shit here, but it's all gone. All my shit's gone. Can't find it. I can't find it. Yeah, chef.
And I feel like at this point, Gear Shop's gonna be like, no, Callista, it's okay. I have your stuff. It's behind the bar. I'm more worried about what you told me when we were talking inside. What do you mean you saw somebody when you tried to come back last night? Like, were they actively spray painting? All you told me that it was at the front, and then you started talking about your shit. I have your shit. Don't worry.
Sorry. You know me. I can't. Talking is hard. Talking in a line is hard. Right. It was a big spooky shit, right? Like really tall, creepy. Just started just spraying shit all over the bar and all of the windows. But he dropped something, but I couldn't find it.
Okay. Well, that helps. I appreciate it. And she's going to take out a bag. It's going to be like a leather satchel, basically. And she's going to hand it. And it's like, I told you, I always got your shit. Don't worry.
Oh, shit. Thank you. You always got me back.
I do.
Thanks, babes.
Don't worry about it. And she's going to turn and find you guys. Well, you know, these are probably the people to talk to. If anyone's going to figure out who actually did this, it's this group.
Right. See, yeah, you can help, right?
Yeah. I love helping.
I also have trouble talking. I totally understand.
There's so many thoughts that are just going around and all like it's anyway. So big tall scary man sprayed shit. I thought he took shit. He dropped something. I got scared. I took off.
Okay.
That's a lot of feces.
Okay.
You can see like a little like her ear kind of poofs a little bit into a tiny little fox ear.
Of course.
And
I had to.
That's a good point. Sarah, give me a brief description of what you feel like Callista would look like, especially as a beast and like as this sort of like ball of energy. What are you envisioning for her?
So I'm thinking she's like 5'7"-ish, kind of mid tall. Really thin, kind of scraggly a little bit, but looks like a scrapper. And when she pops into beast form, she kind of poofs into this beautiful slender fox that has like just has wild look in her eyes and like claws out, teeth out, but like still foxy.
I love it. And I definitely can see what you were talking about. Like the pieces of fox kind of like are popping in and out. She's a little frantic, you know, just a little ball of chaos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dare blinks.
Do you need like? Oh, go ahead.
Abigail reaches out to Callista and kind of smooths down the ear and says, "Oh, darling, you've got a little something right there. Let me just help you out."
Oh, thanks. Sorry, cat pops out when I'm freaking out. Hard to calm down in this.
Don't worry, darling. We will figure this out. I think Sunny was saying something. What was that, Sunny?
Well, it sounds like you're having an issue, and I would like to solve this issue for you no matter what, because we are here for people, and like you're very, very beautiful. So like, and I have a rule that says lust at first sight. When I become smitten with somebody I barely know, I declare my undying love for them and give them a string.
Yep. Absolutely.
So would I be able to do that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I will declare that we will solve whatever issue it is, even though I wasn't directly listening and I was painting the whole time.
Dare looks to
like
Gear
your energy.
Shaft already. Sorry. Dare looks to Gearshaft, just already knowing that there's gonna be some kind of drama.
Okay. And Gearshaft's just gonna kind of shrug and like cross arms over their chest and lean against the side of the doorway. She's just kind of watching for now. Like it's early enough that there's not really anyone inside except for some regulars. She's more so like waiting to see if you guys need anything else from her, or if she can go in, or if her kind of bringing you Callista is enough for you to set off running like you normally do. Go from there.
Can I have another daiquiri?
She's like, yeah.
I got you, babes. I hop behind the bar. And
Damn it,
use
Callista.
all that frantic energy.
Gotta give a girl some warning.
Don't do it. Sorry.
I love her.
So, are we trying to find the person who like painted me a black canvas?
I think so. It sounded like they dropped something on the ground. Sia is the one who's in and out of here the most often. What do you think?
Seer kind of like sets her clipboard down in the compartment on her motorcycle and kind of puts her, kind of like strokes her chin a little bit, plays with her hair as she like kind of pieces things together, and she says, it's kind of an interesting situation we've got here. I think that, we have a description of the person that did it. We don't know what their connection is to anything yet, but I'm pretty sure there is one. I think it's time for me to do something a little risky. And she pulls out her data pad, which is an older model in that it has a touchscreen as opposed to your 3D holo interface, different from the one she uses for work. And she says, "Let me just look up a couple things here. And I would like to do a move.
Absolutely.
I would like to do a move. So I'm going to do the move, call on a toxic power, because the toxic powers, we all know, is the Megacorp. And what better way to call on a toxic power than to look it up on the intranet, as it were. So,
Absolutely.
Do you think Megacorp is behind this?
It's the Megacorp has a lot of always on. So Cyril will explain in character. She says, "Now, most of your technological devices that you have on you, your cyberware, your nanoware, even the organic bananiteware, as it were, typically have an always listening function. And that's why you have to be very careful. I'm not paranoid when I say this. You all accepted this when you read the terms and conditions, or rather when you didn't and you just checked that box. But for me, I did read them. And because I actually read them, I can use it against them. And so I will use my special ability, just one more thing, which means I'm excellent at concealing my suspicions when the situation demands. I can underplay my hand. When I call on a toxic power, I can roll with my wit instead of my spirit stat. Because Seer is savvy like that. So I'd like to roll to consult the toxic powers on this and see if I can get some information."
Absolutely. And for anyone watching who does not understand what is happening, in Thirsty Sword Lesbians, there are dice rolls. It's a 2d6 system. Anytime you roll, the failure is considered basically 6 or under. A 7 to 9 is considered a success, but something bad may still come of it. 10 to 11 is just a flat success, and a 12 or higher means that you succeed and something good comes of it. In the book, you also have things called moves, which are just as we were lovely read all that information, are set things, not just for playbooks, but for players in general. There's a whole general move list that people can pull from together. And then just as Muscle said, each of the playbooks have their very own ones that you can flip stats around to make it better roll or do particular things. Sometimes these will pull strings and connections for people in the game. Sometimes you'll gain information. In this case, we're going to roll, see how well he did, and then I'm going to give some information.
Alrighty, so I've got my 2d6. I get to add +2 from my wit.
Woohoo.
Ooh, baby. We got a juicy roll to start off with. I got a 7 total.
Ooh, that's
A
good.
middling result.
So that's a.
Oh, wait.
Sorry, we have a special dice over here with just a picture, but this is the 6, not the 1.
Oh,
Because this is the 1.
never mind.
So that's a much better roll.
I've got a 12, which is an even juicier roll.
Ooh,
That
nice.
That's a great way
Thank
to
you.
start the game, guys. I have a set like that too, where for the longest time I thought that the one was the bottom, or the picture was the bottom one, and I kept thinking, man, these dice really hate me. Not the case. Okay, so Seer, do this for me. And I know you gave sort of a rundown of what you were saying, but describe to me, weave for me a little bit, what do they want to do? Are they wanting to like hook into the security cameras that they know that are here? Are they hoping to maybe like pull something that's not supposed to be in there? I just need a direction for you so that I can give you what information you're looking for.
Sure. So this is going to be our very generic kind of hacking situation as Seer reaches into. You know what? Since Dark is the bad guys, but I'm concerned with the dark powers. I go into the dark net as she runs her specialized program Rainbow.exe, and what she's doing is she's getting around the toxic power firewalls, which is what they call it. It's trademarked, and she wants to pull up security feed from the Megacorp cameras on the intersection close to here. I don't know if the image quality is going to be good enough to see, like, get a better description of this guy necessarily. But the question I want to ask the GM that Seer's looking for is, she wants to know where they went, so that way we got a trail to follow.
Absolutely. So you guys crowd around Seer for a moment and kind of watch on their pad them running through hacker style, moving things away, flipping things on and off the page, just skilled accuracy. And a couple of you, I'm sure, have seen this a couple different times. You've been around Seer enough that you've seen this happen once or twice. I'm going to say, Callista, this is pretty great for you. You're getting to watch this for the first time and kind of experience it. But finally, you managed to find the right sort of neon tab. You click on it and it expands open, and it is indeed a footage from a security camera. It looks like maybe it's across and like diagonal from where you guys currently are. So it's not like a dead on shot. It's sort of one of those really terrible, like kind of cut off above shots. And you do indeed see a tall, gangly, man is the word. You can't really see a face or anything. He's got a big black trench coat, pulled up with a hat over top, and you do indeed see him take out a couple cans of spray paint from the jacket. And you see him start on one side and just very meticulously go over with the black paint. It gets about 2/3, almost all the way done. And then you hear sort of a frantic voice coming off camera, and he flips around, quick finishes the last stroke, drops that can of spray paint, and takes off down the alley directly to the left of where you guys are currently standing at the storefront.
So Seer will reveals this, and after tapping the enhance button a few times and realizing optical zoom doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
Is that the slender guy?
It seems kind of unclear, but I will say it looked like the perpetrator went that way, and she points.
Dare has picked up the spray can, and she is quietly, while everybody else was watching Seer, she has been doing her own move, commune with the unseen, to learn some more information about this object.
Okay. Let me pull up that playbook just to make sure.
What you doing, Dare?
Learning.
Ooh, what about the other stuff that's going on? I don't understand.
While she's looking that up after watching the video, Callista calls over to Seer. I see it. You know something I remember after watching that video? That it didn't really move like a man, like a normal person.
You know where
Human?
I'm from, there's like this thing, like three goblins in a trench coat. Maybe like that.
I don't think so. It was more
Oh,
like a Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto situation. I
Oh, I'm
Oh, you think it might be a synthoid?
I got a 12, by the way.
Thank
think
you.
so.
Okay. So on a 10 or higher, you can either hide something in the unseen world, learn something important from the unseen, temporarily alter the unseen nature of a place, ask a question from the figure out person table, or learn the recent history of an object.
I get to choose 2 of those, right?
Yes, you do get to choose 2 because you got higher than a 10.
Cool. I would do learn the recent history of an object
Okay.
and learn something important from the unseen.
Absolutely. So, history of the object first. You, in quick succession, and I'm going to ask before I get too much into that, when Dare communes with these unseen forces of the Neon City, what does it look like? Is there an outward description, or is it just very like internalized? How does it work when she communes with them?
I imagine that she has these contact lenses that allows her to see um, these unseen nanites in the world,
Mm-hmm.
just like bright lights to kind of symbolize in general where they are. Um, and so when she's interacting with these nanites, it is very internal because like I imagine it's um it's just like a very quiet internal computer inside of her head, just going like beep boop 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 beep boop ones and zeros. So she's kind of just staring off into space.
Gotcha. Well, for the history of an object or recent history of an object, you see almost as if from the can's perspective, which is a little weird because obviously it's an inanimate object and it's smaller. But imagine that you're kind of at that perspective, sort of like Toy Story vibe, where we're like looking through the toys perspective. It feels a lot like that. And you see the can getting put into a bag and carried. And then you see it being moved into a coat, just like you saw on the camera from Sear. And then you see it being pulled out of that coat later. And you catch a glint, not a full image, but definitely a glint of some sort of metal and possibly plastic prosthetic. Not enough to make a huge decision, but it was definitely different than like if a person had pulled it out. There was like some sort of material sort of adhered to the person controlling it. And then as it begins sort of spray painting and it drops, you see the person taking off. Instead of feet, you see almost like rolly wheels where like the ankle joint would be. And then you also said something important from the unseen, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the unseen, and it's more of, as you kind of described, it's a lot of like the ones and zeros, the binary in your head. It's a lot of like you understand it, but someone else would look at this and be like, I don't know what that means. So you're reading off, and you're seeing newsreels that have ran lately in between kind of all the other TVs and commercials and things in the bar, where things like this have been happening more often. And certain businesses and certain places have been seeing these sort of blackout maneuvers. And it always seems to be places that are the brightest, the liveliest, maybe the most unique and neon right at their core. And the unseen just really kind of want to put those to the forefront for you.
Dare blinks, her normal vision comes back, and she goes, well, the person's either a robot or a cyborg, and in order to catch them, we should go to the brightest places in the city.
Or it could be a slendy guy on rollerblades.
I don't know what
Believe
she's
what you
worth.
want. She sighs.
Well, I think we ought to try going down that alley just to see what's there. And if we don't pick up a trail, I do believe that going to another bright place and setting up for a bit of an ambush might be in order. I start walking towards the alley, just assuming that everyone will follow me because I'm used to being in charge.
Mm.
I just
Seer
imagine Abigail's got a hell of a
pull out her
walk.
skate.
Yeah, I bet.
Seer will pull out her skateboard from her motorcycle and just lazily follow Abigail, trying to hide. I don't know how successful she is, but she is trying to hide her intrigue at the situation by being very nonchalant about it.
Okay.
I will finish up my painting, take a baked good from Miri, and invite everybody else to come along.
Love it.
Dare refuses to not be in the back. She's in the back of the group, whether you like it or not.
Heard. Gearshaft is going to kind of hold their hands out to Miri to take what I'm assuming is a tray and or basket of baked things.
Yeah. It's like, where do I put these?
Gonna hold out her hands, take that from you. She's going to promptly put like a water bottle like that you probably could put across you, and like probably a phone or something that she has probably given to you and often keeps giving to you because you keep leaving at places.
Yeah, right.
And it's just like, okay, go. I'm here. I'll keep an eye. Just, call if you need anything, but let me know what you figure out and come back later.
Okay,
Callista.
thank you. I won't probably lose this time, for sure. And then
Callista
Miri
has
will run
no
up to... I was going to say, Miri will run up to Sunny and, like, link arms and, like, kind of low say, like, I love when Sierra gets all monologue-y like that.
I know, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's strut our stuff because I think Dare is trying to check me out.
Okay.
Callista, what are you thinking seeing all of these friends and these sort of wacky personalities, especially her as the sort of like barely contained chaos?
She's really excited. Like, she's just jacked right now. She's coming down from the adrenaline of the night before, and all these people seem amazing. And someone just like did this beautiful mural that was moments ago vandalized, and she straps on her rollerblades and grabs one of the rolls off of the tray with her mouth and skates off behind everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love it.
Once Dare notices that you are coming, she kind of just stops so that you would go forward, and then she starts again.
She almost runs into you.
I love
You
it.
need better brakes, babe.
Sips her daiquiri.
There's no open container laws in the Neon City. We walk around with our daiquiris.
No.
Okay. All right, guys. So you make your way down the alley. It's a pretty normal alley as far as Neon City goes. Like I described earlier, the silicone kickstand is in neutral territory. It's not so far down that only the neon lights get down there, like the basements, like the sort of lower levels of the city. But it's not so high up that everything has turned into that like stark white lighting and then like all the blackout stuff of the megacorp. It's right kind of in the happy middle. All the alleyways do sort of twist in and out like a maze if you're not used to being here. But you can still kind of see some sky. You have that little bit of a drizzle, enough cloud coverage that those neons reflect off of like the puddles and the sky a little bit. And I'm going to say that each of you have been in this area enough that you kind of know where you're going. As you guys are sort of headed down this direction, I am going to go ahead and call for a dice roll from everybody. We're just going to do generic sort of notice dice roll, and you guys are going to add either your wit or your spirit, whichever you feel is going to fit better for your character.
Both of them are +2 for me, so I don't really think I need to choose.
Perfect.
I got a 1.
Do you have any ads?
Whoa, you got a 1 on 2d6.
Yeah, I got a 1 on a 2d6. I have a -1 wit, so
Do you have anything in spirit, or is that also bad?
I mean it's +0, so like I just thought I would be more witty.
I love it. I love it. You know what, Sunny? I I can't. I have to do it this way because it's me and I have to. So you guys, you're skipping along with Mary. At some point, you guys unlink arms because you get distracted by something, and Mary got distracted by something, and you're sort of just like wandering about these alleys, and you manage to trip over a bag of half full paint cans, like spray paint cans, and you just think this is totally normal, like, oh my gosh, fresh paint, awesome.
Yeah, I assume they're like all black paints or something, and I'll like, kick them over and try to find my group again.
Yeah, who knows?
Dare has an 11.
Okay.
I have a 9 also, Miri.
I have a 9.
I got a 12.
Oh my god.
Lucky, I got a 7.
Okay. Amazing. So everybody except for my 12. As you guys are walking down this alley, you do notice a couple sort of black drips that stand out in this area of the city. Some of them are like smudged or kind of like rolling away in the rain. And then like further down, you actually see one like crumpled spray paint can. So you know to kind of go in that direction. And you guys sort of are able to piece together where you need to go based off of these sort of minor clues. After a couple turns, after a couple of like followings, my 12, as you have kind of skated your way further up, you find another bag similar to what Sunny tripped over. But this one's a little bit bigger, and there's still full paint cans in it. And it's butted right up against what looks like a plain concrete wall, but it's just very oddly placed. Like someone dropped it while they were like almost going into a doorway of some sort.
Who's leaving all these paint things around everywhere? Like, geez, there's trash cans everywhere.
This one's in a weird spot. Like, almost like it's been propped against the wall. To go into the door here. But I don't... Is anybody else see a door?
No, it's a
Dare
wall.
kicks it.
Kicks it. It sounds pretty sturdy. I mean, nothing like kicks inward or anything.
Start sniffing at it. It's weird.
Perhaps we should
weird.
try to knock.
Miri, this is a good place to ask because, Miri is very interesting, as we're going to learn here very soon. She comes from a far away place where everything's a little different than here in Neon City.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about the place that Mary came from and how, your hearths, your doorways, your entryways, all of those homey things, they mean more in the place that you came from.
Yeah. Well, I come from a land of a sort of a fantasy style, probably with some twists. I come from a large pantheon of bickering siblings and aunts and uncles and everything, and yeah, in my world, the respect that people give their home, like decorating a mantle, decorating a doorway, that sort of flows to and through me there. There are no mantles here. There are no fireplaces here. But yeah, it's just the simple cooking at a fireplace, a warm, cozy meal, cuddling under a blanket. Just, you have hanging garlic and drying herbs and just that sort of cozy warmth.
And you don't feel that as often here in the Neon City. Every so often, when you step through the silicone kickstand, it feels like that. You've got bells and decorations and the gremlin bells and things that people have hung around over time and other pieces. But you don't feel it very often. I will say here you get a shadow of that feeling, just a little bit, but it's a blank wall. And that just kind of rings odd to you.
Dare's kind of just kicking the wall in different places to see if it sounds any different anywhere.
It does not.
I think someone makes a home here. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. Something about this feels like someone cares for it in some way. I'm gonna knock on it just to see, respectfully, a little. Doo, 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 doo.
Okay. So as you knock, now normally I don't think that I would speak the same way to other people, as you've kind of seen with Dare like kicking at it and everyone kind of like looking around. But like I said, these sorts of things appeal specifically to where you came from and who you are. And so as you kind of knock against the wall, everyone sees a flash, like an outline of a door. And it's a shimmer that everyone's seen before. It's when the nanotechnology and the different technology in the city are trying to hide something. But just for that moment of Miri kind of picking up on this energy and seeing it, you get a flash of that, letting you see where there is an entrance here somewhere.
Interesting. It seems like the nano whatever are in the way again. There. Help me. Can you? Somebody.
Dare, kick the wall right there.
Kick the
She pointed it out.
nanites. No. Use science. Somebody use science.
Science.
Here, I'll
I'm looking at my abilities to see if I can actually make like the unseen do something for me.
yeah. Or
Alright, here we
yeah,
go.
I don't know if there's
Temporarily alter the unseen nature of a place. So I'll have to do commune with the
Ooh.
unseen again.
Yep.
What do you roll for that?
Plus spirit.
Plus spirit. Okay, I'm gonna try to use my move, and I'm gonna pull some like dough out of my like pouch I keep, plop it on my pan and heat it up, and I'm gonna try. I have to roll for it, but I'm gonna try to see if I can give you +1 to your roll.
Absolutely.
So let's see.
And then maybe the smell will get the person who's inside to open up. You're genius.
I get really excited about that, and I burn my bread. Oh,
No.
sorry. I rolled a
Dare
4.
eats it Dare eats it anyways.
Oh wow! Oh, wow,
You know
that's
what?
so sweet. I
I'm
hope
gonna
that
say,
helps.
for sheer tenacity, you can still have the +1. Because I'm sorry, if someone looks at a burnt loaf of bread with their friend and is like, "I'm gonna eat this anyway."
Really, so sweet. Excuse me.
Okay, that's pretty good. 5 plus 5 plus 2.
Okay. So that's 12.
Yep, so I will choose temporarily alter the unseen nature of a place. And there's also hide something in the unseen world. So I'm thinking the alteration would be allowing us to, get into the place. But what I'm hiding is the fact that we are getting into this place. I'm hiding us.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. With a 12 plus your tenacious bread 1, that's 13. I'll allow that. So you guys watch, and this time it's a much more physical reaction because Dare is actually like altering the nanites this time. And Dare, would you like to describe how she actually like kind of pulls aside, finds the door? How would she go about doing that?
Well, when Miri makes the door shimmer. Dare pats her on the arm in a move aside kind of gesture. And when Mary makes her the bread, she sees the burnt bread, kind of just shrugs because she's burnt her own bread and eaten it, so she doesn't care. She'll eat it. Eats the bread, and as she eats the bread, she kind of just stares boredly at the door because, like I said before, I think when she's interacting with the unseen, it's very internal. So it kind of looks like she isn't doing anything, but she is. She nibbles on the bread.
Okay. So you guys watch as these nanites begin to fold back, and they do indeed show a door. It's a pretty normal, just stone face, handled door, similar to pretty much everything else in the city. Do you guys go inside? Do you look around? Are we just heading right in?
I'll dare anybody who doesn't want to go inside to go inside with my heat of the moment move.
Okay, we're going inside.
Calista gets super stoked. All right, let's go. Let's get in there.
Yeah, who doesn't want to go?
Is this garlic bread?
It has a little kick to it.
I like garlic bread.
I think Miri is gonna go, but she's very worried about being respectful. She doesn't know. We don't know what's behind her yet.
I dare you to go in first.
This is. You dare me?
Yeah.
Well, now I am not doing it. I'm just kidding. I'll go. Okay, everybody, let's just wait and see what we see before we start kicking anything. I look at Dare.
Okay.
She's unapologetic.
I rolled a 9 on my heat of the moment move to try to get you to do it. So, like, if you do it and go in first, you get an experience now.
What? An experience? Okay.
And once again, for anyone
Be
listening,
brave.
experiences are so fun in this game because once you get certain experiences points, similar to your strings that you make to other people, cool things happen. And if I, as the GM or NPCs and other pieces of the game, gain strings on you, bad things can happen. Okay. Seer and Abigail, you have just watched a lot of things happen, especially I'm going to say Seer because this, I know you're like trying to hide your inquisitive, but especially seeing this like hidden door come out. And I'm going to say on some level, Abigail, knowing kind of these types of technology, what are you guys feeling right now, especially as you're about to enter into this doorway?
I think Abigail is a little anxious because she has this past with the Megacorp, and it's possible that she's going to go through this door and find somebody that she knows and is probably not on good terms with. So, as she is kind of seeing everybody else go in, she takes a deep breath and says, well, have to confront it one way or the other. Let's go.
And
Dare goes in last.
Seer will kind of nod to Abigail. She's thinking three things right now. Number one, her inquisitive side is very interested in what's going on here. I actually, as part of my playbook, I have two big suspicions that I can follow, and I made the potential hypothesis Megacorp ties to Blackout Movement Y as one of them. So I've ticked off a box on that one because we're getting closer. We have potential automaton. So that's one thing that she's thinking about. The second one is that she's not a person that likes physical altercations and realizes that this is something where she's glad that she's surrounded by all these very capable people because Seer's not one that likes confrontation. She likes to solve things with her wits. She likes to solve things with words. And if there's one thing that she knows, if we're talking to an automaton, we could probably outfox it. Which she hopes she does because metal things punching you hurts a lot, as she knows from accidentally like bailing and hitting like metal poles while skating at speed or whatever when she was younger. The third thing she's thinking, and this is probably the most important one, she watched Miri spontaneously bake some bread and it gets burnt. She was thinking, she thinks to herself, I forgot to grab one of the rolls before I left. Oh my god! And Dare's eating it. Dang. And see her kind of lamenting the fact that she was kind of so excited at this, she forgot to grab a roll earlier, and she just missed her second chance. And with all, so her second chance to this now, even if it was burnt, because it is delicious. And I'm going to do a thing, but you're raising your hand very nicely, so I'll call on you.
Ooh, thank you. I wanted to potentially see if I could get a little bit more for Seer here. One of the things that you need is clues for this mystery, and I'm wondering if hidden door counts as a clue.
I'll mark
because
that.
it seems to me like that is a pretty big thing.
I would definitely agree as the benevolent god of this moment.
God of this moment, also a baller title for the GM. In fact, GM. God of moment. Think
God
on
of
it.
moments.
Yes.
But anyways, what Sarah will do is, as Abigail kind of snaps her out of it and indicates that we should head in, Sarah will kick down on the back of her board to flip it up, and she catches it in her hand and puts her hands back in her jacket pockets as she heads in with a nod because Miri would always kind of give a disapproving look whenever she would skate into the bar, and she thinks maybe indoors isn't for skateboarding with this group.
So
once everybody else goes in, Dare will go in last, and as we all enter, the Neonites go back to where they were hiding us.
okay.
So closing the door on the way out or in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me just shift my scene here real quick. Do.
Whoa.
Would you look at all of that?
The scene is shifting. We're inside now.
Woohoo.
It's beautiful.
Okay. And I know that we kind of had a move there with yours, particularly Muscles, with your clues. Remind me, do you need to roll anything, or is that one of those where I kind of have to give you a hint at something? Or is that just where you gain once you gain information? Because I know yours had some very specific pieces to that particular.
Pardon?
With yours, when you gain clues, is there anything that needs to be done with it? Just remind me, because I know that this is...
No. Great question. When I max out my cluometer, which is what I'm calling it, not the real name. Once I fill it up, then I get to make a big reveal that advances the plot in some way. So you don't worry about it. No. I'll keep track of it, and I'll pull a big reveal when the time seems appropriate once I get in what I need.
Okay. Good to know. All right, guys. So you enter. And after you get past sort of the entry hallway and into the main area here, it's obviously some sort of small warehouse that you've entered. It's very bright in here. You've got a bunch of different hover screens that you're accustomed to seeing for anyone who would have like a lab, a workplace, somewhere that they would need all of these. But there's even more so. You just see kind of a cascade of them around the walls. There's a couple work tables where you see like pieces of machinery, of some look like cybernetic limbs and such. And on the big table in the center where the biggest screen is displayed, you also see a bag that's set there that's half open and there's spray paint inside of it.
Well, this is a bit excessive, all these screens. Are any of them logged in? I'm gonna go and kind of look at the screens and see what there is to see.
Nothing is logged in. It doesn't look like it's like any sort of like mainframe or database or anything like that. It more so looks like a lot of camera feeds, probably of different angles of city pieces. You see a couple different maps, a lot of schematics, like lots and lots of schematic pieces. Some schematic screens have been like overlaid with each other, like someone's kind of trying to like put these pieces together and make them better. I'm going to say here too, Callista, a couple of these schematics look familiar. They remind you
Gonna ask
of
that.
someone.
I kind of wander over and look over the schematics, and you said that there was some limbs hanging around.
Yeah, on the different tables.
Limbs.
All of these look like some of the stuff my friend used to work on. I had a friend who's a mechanic. Her name's Jahira. She went missing when these blackouts started happening.
Dare, with her photographic memory, is just slowly walking around the room, taking everything in, so that she can recollect it later.
Okay.
Callista, if you don't mind me asking. Oh, by the way, my name's Sir Nanahan. I don't think I've introduced myself. My apologies. I'm been a little preoccupied, unfortunately. You said that you had a friend that worked on these sincere gestures to the
Yeah,
thing.
she was a mechanic. She would work on limbs and make them better, and help all these people with biomechanical limbs, and it was wild stuff. I mean, it was just crazy what she could make them do. But you haven't seen her for like ever since these blackouts started happening. She hasn't contacted me. I haven't seen her.
You think she's
I
gone
thought it was
missing?
weird. Yeah, it's not. I mean, she would go off grid for a while, but she'd always come back, especially when there's a banging party. She'd never miss that.
How close were you?
Oh, we get tight. She's one of those friends that we could be apart for a long time, but then when we got together, it was like we were never apart.
Oh, okay, friends. That's good to know.
Does she like anime?
Yeah.
Because there's anime on this screen right here.
Pulls up a screen. It's got like mid-episode something with the English dub over it.
Callista's like useless lesbian, like, what is it? Anyway. Got distracted by the anime.
As you do.
I wonder if there might be a connection here.
Could be.
Well, do we have any
I just
records
scream out,
of-
Jahira!
That's one way to do it.
Describe for me how we're gonna start here. Callista, this was a dear friend of yours. Like you said, it was a friend that, you guys weren't always in the same circles, but when you did connect, it was like nothing ever changed. It was just right back into that friendship. And now, especially that you're seeing these items and you're kind of getting these familiar pieces, what's kind of welling up in Callista right now? Like the possibilities of what could have happened that maybe she overlooked for her friend.
I never knew who she worked for.
Mm-hmm.
I always kind of assumed she was just doing side hustles, like I kind of did.
Mm-hmm.
Did random jobs here and there. But this seems too organized, and so I'm feeling a welling of worry and a little possible betrayal. Like maybe she was keeping something from me that I needed to know.
Okay.
I have a question.
Mhm.
How can I destroy the most stuff in this room?
The only So a good 60% of this room are just like hollow screens, which aren't really going to destroy so much as you could like wave them away if you really wanted. I mean, I suppose you could start breaking the tables or the limbs if you wanted. It would just, you'd attack it essentially.
More specifically, I'm trying to make whoever is doing this, once they get back, they're going to realize that they're going to have to restart everything. I want to ruin this person's day. So I'm just trying to figure out how to do that.
I mean, they can just 3D print the other limbs, right? Like, it's not going to do much damage.
Probably
it's like
they have digital files of all this, but I do want to investigate before you destroy everything. I'm not saying that's
Yeah.
not an option.
Yeah,
But
I'm not
read
saying
these-
I'm
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm going to do it right this second. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it.
Yes.
Maybe I
Violence
can like
is always
erase
an
everything.
We could take away their spray paint so they'll never be able to paint again.
They'll just buy
We
more.
can replace it with rainbow.
If you don't mind, what I'm thinking is, you can replace things all the time. I mean, that's what the megacorp does. That's what the manufacturers do, is they just make things. You can break things all you want, but one thing that you can't really change is who you are and your reputation. Sure, you can fix it, but once it's out there, it's out there. I think exposing these people for who they are is going to cause the most lasting damage. And I don't think that destroying the evidence is going to help us to that end. But that's just like my opinion. Seer says as she puts her hands back in her pockets and kind of...
Well, I'm planning on capturing this person. I'm just trying to make their life harder while they're still out and about doing these things.
Callista, do you think that your friend was like under duress or something, so that like they were forced to do this?
Part of me is hoping that. I don't want to think of my friend as a culprit monster. But I don't know. I don't know what she got into.
Now, Callista, I'm going to give you kind of an opportunity here because I think, and if I didn't, yes, I did. One of the moves that was marked off on that NPC sheet specifically for her was tenacious purpose. When you commit yourself to a specific goal, you may ask the GM once per scene how you could advance that goal in a way that violates civilized norms. And you get a +1 to act on this answer. So,
I want to find her
okay.
in any way possible.
Okay. So I'm going to say roll for me and add your daring. And you're going to get that extra +1 for the tenacious.
I got, so that is 8.
Okay, awesome. So you guys watch Callista, and I'm going to take a little bit of liberty here in the description and say probably, especially all these things kind of welling up, like the ears are kind of popping, you're getting like a tail pop, you're getting some like fur pops, like it's definitely kind of like more feral, for lack of a better word. And you see her kind of looking at all the things, looking at the limbs and just like taking everything in. And there's one in particular, one that actually looks like kind of an image of a sketch out of a book that you very vividly recognize as the leather book that you gave to Jahira at one point to do her sketches. And it looks like someone has taken a picture of that and transposed it up on the wall. And as soon as you see that, you just kind of snap. And you go tearing past that big center table and that big center hollow screen. And when you do, you barrel straight into a door and then through it. But you land on the
like
other
all fours barreling through.
Yes, very much so. But you barrel straight through into a much smaller area. And in that smaller area, it looks almost like a prison cell. You see bars in like a corner of the room. You see like very general like hygiene items and like a small fridge area. And you do indeed see a figure sort of curled up in those barred areas.
Can I run up? I cry out so everyone can hear, but it's more guttural and animalistic as an alert. And then
Oh,
I
we
try
heard.
to and I try to pry open the bars or claw at the lock and get it open.
Yeah. In your state of frenzy, you're not going to be able to break it. But the point has been made. You guys have found the back area to this room, so you can go and do some investigating back there. And you do see what looks to be a very malnourished and a very not great Jahira.
Dare, for once, doesn't wait until everybody else leaves the room and charges in after Calista. She's like, stand back.
I back up, but I'm panting heavily, freaking out. My
And
teeth have already popped.
Dare's red scarf moves on its own. Parts of it goes rigid, and the scarf is very thin. Like this scarf is also a weapon. And as it moves on its own, it slices at the bars. Do I have to make a roll?
Yeah, I think that would be one of our moves. I'm just trying to flip to that page real quick because I know that there's like action moves that basically just give you what to add to it. Bear with me 1 second to flip to the right tab.
Oh, Mary,
I chose an ability that allows me to use spirit to make attacks called Witchfire.
Okay. So are you wanting to do that, do a Witchfire attack instead of like a blade specific one, or?
Well, it just allows me to use spirit instead of daring.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it also says that failing is worse than if it was just with daring.
Okay. So, yeah, so you'll do a fight move, and then since you are going to do your spirit instead, you'll add your spirit to it.
Okay. I am rolling hot tonight. That's 2 6s. Plus 2.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, the place to do it is when we're breaking out the very hurt friend, so I mean... Okay. How do you imagine Dare would break this lock? Would it be sort of like with fanfare, dramatics? How do you think they would do it?
Like pretty much so far, Dare's kind of just like this person that doesn't like Dare is just kind of just standing there and just lets her scarf move on its own, and like the scarf is doing like think like Dr. Octopus. The main body doesn't really do much, but the arms do a lot. Okay. So that's kind of what's happening right now with the scarf splicing through the lock, and Dara's just standing there.
Okay. So you guys watch, and this lock breaks, falls to the floor, and the cell door sort of creaks open. A couple different things of this happens. Miri, I'm going to say that you feel a lot of things because this person is obviously very hurt. And this is probably, I'm going to take, again, just a little bit of liberty here. Like when you walked in, you saw like actual hand-drawn like sketches, actual things that were like by the door itself. And that's probably where you were pulling that sort of hearth feeling, that hearth and home, because someone was trying their best to make this as like livable and homey as possible. And that kind of string connects back to this person. And I could imagine a lot of welling feelings on that because this would have been one of the first times you kind of felt that in this area, and now you see that the person's hurt.
Is this she's trying to make her home, or this was her home and now it's her prison?
Reverse. Definitely she was brought here, and it seems like someone was
Okay.
trying to make the best of the situation. So kind
Gotcha.
of making a home out of a bad thing.
Oh, this poor dear. Is she conscious? Is she talking to Callista?
She's very out of it. Like, I'm not going to say she's unconscious. It's like, it's very much that if someone goes too long without like steady food or water, or like they've been pushed kind of to the brink, like that kind of thing, like they're there, but they're not.
The two ends of their scarf has picked up this woman.
Well, I would possibly refrain from that. You have a feral being that is probably more worried
Yeah.
about them.
Yeah.
I was thinking, Callista would have rushed in and nuzzled up to her and tried to prop her up.
Oh,
In
okay.
your
Okay.
lap or something.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Seer and Abigail. While a lot of this is happening, I kind of imagine that you guys are falling to the back of the group for a couple different reasons. Obviously, there's a lot of information that's just been presented, which I'm sure Seer is very interested in. The other side I'm going to say is that some of this is familiar to Abigail. So I'm going to kind of once again ask you two specifically maybe what you're feeling in that moment, and then now also having this reveal of like someone who's obviously been kept hostage, been forced to do these things. What sort of like gears are turning in the minds of these two particularly that have sort of these vested interests? After you. No, after you. No, after you.
After a mute, Abigail comes into this room, sees the scarf unlocking, kind of gives a smile of sincere work in action there, and is frankly not as much concerned about this person as she is interested in what's going on here and what the Megacorp has done. She's sure it's the Megacorp. So she's looking around to try and see if she can identify anything that would give her more information on who might be involved here and if she might recognize anything or know anything about who has trapped this mechanic here.
Okay. And what do you think would be a sign that Abigail specifically might look for? Would there be like a logo or like a numerical, something like from her particular past, which I know we haven't touched on a ton, but does have heavy ties back to a lot of these things, and you hold that kind of every day?
I think I imagine that each of the different arms of the Megacorp have kind of like a logo that they're identified by, where there's a small icon and then a set of numbers that identify which department something might be with. And I'd be looking around for something like that.
And I could very easily say that you would definitely find the particular one that you're thinking of probably a couple times over, because this definitely kind of falls into, unfortunately, something that you've seen prior, and like pieces of control that maybe you would have been aware of in a previous life.
Nice. As I kind of move into this room with Seer, I tap on one of the walls the icon, and I say, "That's a Megacorp. Familiar with that? Seen this one before."
Okay.
Adding a clue to
And-
the sheet here for those of you at home.
As they should.
Ooh.
And I think Miri will rush up to Callista and Jahira, kind of on the other side of, and she'll stroke Callista's cheek and be like, "It's gonna be okay. We're gonna take care of this." I'll offer some of the water that your chef gave me. That's very handy. And then I'm gonna roll to see if I can do my bread thing again.
Yeah.
Going for the medical bread.
Absolutely.
Bread.
Or I don't know if this would
Bread is
be
healing.
by disaster, but it's just bread.
No. Bread is for
Oh,
everything.
okay. Oh my god, I just made it. It's a 7 with my +2 daring.
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I can't make this bread again
Oh,
today.
that's okay.
Like this session. But yeah, it's a medical bread. It doesn't taste good, but I, pour some water down her throat and break off a few bites of the bread and offer it to her. It would clear condition if that's relevant.
Yes. What this would
And I'll
basically
just-
do would be able to get her from that sort of like out of it state to actually sort of answer. She's still weak, but she would at least be able to kind of like speak to Callista, speak to you, and at least be aware now.
Yeah, and I'll just lean down to her and be like, "You have a very beautiful soul. Your friend is here. You're safe now." Turn to Callista because obviously she may have things she wants to say.
Oh, I don't think you heard me.
That's you. No, I didn't hear anything.
I just went,
I didn't hear it again.
dang it.
Did you just sniff
Trying
or
to-
Just
something?
like a little sniffle.
I yipped.
Yep.
Little
My
fox
mic
yip.
does that too. If I make like a high pitched noise,
If it's
sometimes
too
I
high-pitched
think
noise,
it's background noise.
I love
Anyway.
But I think after that, I'm kind of come down from full feral and I'm becoming a little bit more person-y.
Yeah, you're definitely coming off of the fact that
Mhm.
you've found your friend. And while kind of one side of the worst scenario coin has happened, it's definitely not the one that your brain jumped to, at least. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then kind of jumping back, Seer, what's going through her head right now? There's a lot of information's just been thrown at her.
A lot of information. I think the first thing that Seer was kind of worried about was the poor victim. But before Seer could move to do anything, Miri took care of things in spectacular fashion with some of that wonderful bread, or even if it didn't smell delicious, Seer knows in her heart, oh, that's going to be really good. She's eating. Dang it. She ate it. I mean, good, she ate it, but dang it. It could have been me! Anyway,
This is the new gag for the whole game, is that Seer just keeps missing the bread.
anyways, her ears proverbially perk up. Her normal human ears perk up when Abigail points out the megacorp, very obvious trail here. And right now, Seer's putting things together so she thinks she has a pretty solid trail of set of evidence here that she could do something with. But her main thing is looking over towards Sunny. Wondering how Sunny's taking this, because Sunny has a very carefree demeanor. Sunny tends to be a pretty bright and happy person, but Seer also knows that, thinks maybe there's some more going on there. Maybe she's hiding something. Some true feelings here, and so Seer will turn to Sunny and say, Pretty horrific, isn't it? Are you feeling okay seeing all this?
I really don't like when somebody is trapped like this. It's bad. Do you think that Megacorp is behind this?
Seer looks and nods. And she says, absolutely.
So, do you think we should do what they did to us, and I should paint the walls here?
Perhaps. I don't think it would hurt too much to leave your mark. I think we could use a little bit of cheer in here. But honestly, I'm a little worried that someone's going to come in. I'm sure we set off an alarm or something. I wasn't being very careful.
Oh no, I took care of it. There's not going to be an alarm. I hit us well.
You did when we were coming in, and then someone happened to bust through this door without much thought. So I'm a bit worried.
We can neither confirm nor deny that someone did that. Wink.
You know what? I'm gonna give Sunny
Ah.
a chance to redeem herself here. Sunny, what's your high stat?
Daring.
Okay. You hear Seer say that, and you think, oh wait, that rings a bell. I remember Gearshaft saying something about like cameras and silent alarms. I think they put one at the bar at one point, but she told me that there's like a visual cue, and I want you to roll and I want you to add your daring because you're like welling up and you're thinking about it.
A total of 9.
Amazing. You kind of, again, you're having this like epiphany, this sort of like brain blast moment, so to speak, and you scan and you see 2 points in the room, one towards the front door where you came from and one up in the corner of this room. You're used to neon lights. You're used to like blinking and brights and whatever. This is not a neon. This is like one of those like dull red flick lights that you remember Gearshaft explaining. This has to do
Like
with
one of those
alarms.
the LED lights?
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's see, who do I believe is the most...
also lead colored? Because they're boring.
And if they're on, that means the camera's on, right?
Typically.
So that means somebody's watching us right now.
Dare immediately puts her fingers up and just gives the room a middle finger. Just in a circle, just middle fingers everywhere.
Yeah, F these guys, and I'll start painting rainbow waves on all the walls everywhere.
Sonny, perhaps you could paint over the camera lens.
I mean, like, fair, but they've already seen us. I might as well let them see my work.
Wait. I think...
I won't deny that. It's beautiful work.
I think I can salvage this. I have an idea. Wait, do they have microphones? Did you see a microphone by chance? Because if they can hear us, then that's not going to work, because I just said I have an idea. But if they don't, I've got an idea.
I'll give you as a freebie. It's probably like a CCTV. There's probably no noise or anything. This is probably for like security purposes only.
Cool. I have a pertinent ability I'd like to use.
Do it.
Actually, I don't think I would even need to use an ability for this. I'm a delivery person. I don't think I have an inventory sheet, but I am wearing a very large jacket. What if perhaps I pull out a box and I put it somewhere and then leave, like, the disposable digipad for sign this when you get it, I guess. And please make a tip.
Okay.
After we just broke down the door to the jail room and...
Knock me down now, goddess of musings, or whatever we're calling Emma now. That's a terrible idea. I take it back. Paint everything.
Oh, no. We had to make sure that the person who was receiving the package signed, and we just went and found them. You're so right.
Did I say that out loud? Oh, yeah, we can do that.
You're just the best delivery driver in the world. Jahira was the receivee.
That's how it's supposed to go.
See, awkwardly, she breaks up this, like, this emotional reunion sesh with, like, just a clipboard. And she says, would you mind signing for this?
You're really committing to this.
Just sign it. It'll be easier. She's very devoted to her job.
Workaholic.
We should ask Jahira a question.
After you sign it, she gives you a box of chocolates.
Oh. Wonderful.
Okay, guys.
I'll bake this into my next bread.
So, we're coming up to the end of where I'm going to clip the first game. You guys are going to be able to gather up Jahira if you want to gather any of the items, like one of the limbs, or if you want to take pictures of the holograms or anything like that to kind of bring back with you. This is sort of your moment to do any of those last moves that you want to do before you guys head out and we call it for the evening.
Yeah, like I said, Dare has that photographic memory, so she's just going to walk around, just take everything in. And she's going to be the last one to leave. And as when she leaves, she's going to be committing arson.
That's fair.
Callista's definitely taking Jahira home.
We should take her to the bar, because was she home when she...
No, not her home, my home. She's coming with me.
Well,
But I could take her back to the bar if we need.
yeah. I do want to further... We don't want anyone else to be kidnapped, so I would like to...
Yeah, and we should do the thing that's like not interrogation, but the other way, like where you just ask questions without like the duress part.
You mean the move, figure out a person?
It's sort of that mixed with emotional support.
That too. We could play good cop and like really good cop.
Right.
We can play good cop, Dare cop. She puts on sunglasses.
Oh my god. I say I know you have a photographic memory, but I'm just gonna grab a few of these drawings, like the schematics, just so we have a reference at random. Just so we have them in case we need them. I'm like a loot goblin.
Okay.
And I think our mission is complete since we got revenge and painted on their walls like they did to us. So we did our job.
Ooh, question. Out of character. You can tell I'm speaking out of character when my voice doesn't sound as fun. Question for Parker. What kind of stuff did Sunny paint?
I mean, I was just going rainbow squigglies everywhere just to get as much wall as possible.
It makes me think of those like 80s patterns when you describe it like that, with like all the shapes. It's like very neon colors and everything.
Yeah, it's supposed to hurt their eyes for the people who like the grayscale.
So Lisa Frank, but with less unicorns.
I love it.
I can dig it. I think Seer will make sure to comment to Sunny. She says, "Your art's as beautiful as ever. I think you really made this place look really good."
Now I feel bad for making it really good because now then they'll actually enjoy this place and enjoy working here. Maybe we should just destroy. What? Do we just leave it?
Wait, focus.
If it makes you feel better.
Dare's pouring gasoline.
Dare, hey, I'm talking, Dare. If it makes you feel better, I'm enjoying it a lot more. And I think if you could make someone as, someone like me smile, then think of the others. And she points at the others.
And we can inspire the world through rainbows. You're so right. And maybe that'll change the bad people to good. Just, I mean, that's what happened to Abigail, right?
Less, yes. I am good now, and I do very much like your rainbows, Sunny. You're truly just a ray of sunshine. Abigail, before she leaves, does take a picture of that icon and code that indicates what department has been doing this. And then she's ready to head out.
Okay. So as you guys finish up your final moves, as you take pictures, paint rainbows, begin to commit arson, which is always a choice in my opinion. Maybe don't take life at base from Emma, just saying. But anyway. Explain to me, and what we'll end tonight on, what's going through everyone's mind right now? What is that kind of final thought based off of all the information that we received, all the things that we learned this evening. I will give you a sort of a freebie just because I know that Sarah may not be joining us next time. You are more than welcome to jump in whenever you'd like for the next couple games if you want to. More than happy to have you. I'm a little bit in love with this character, not going to lie.
I know, it's so fun. It's more of a...
What?
Ooh, cut out
Oh
on
no!
us. Oh no.
She froze.
You cut out on us.
Am I
right in the
back?
middle.
What'd you say?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're
back?
back now.
Okay.
You said it's more of a.
It's more of a babysitter issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Play.
Totally
Yeah.
understand. If you have the time, or even if you just want to jump in a little bit, please feel free. But what I'll give you as a freebie is that Callista and Jahira are basically going to be able to give you the information that Jahira was kidnapped. She basically got kind of put on the radar for Megacorp because of all the freelance work she was doing on the cybernetics, and they wanted to use some of her designs, and they made up sort of a guard of androids and robots that they've been sending out to deface specific businesses and places that, as you guys got from your investigation, are bright and out there and going very much against this blackout movement. So that was the point of finding her here and finding all of these items. But with that being said, like I said, what we're going to end on is what is going through everyone's mind right now. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? And how do you think this is going to affect the more you dig into it?
When you say you, do you mean our characters?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
I mean, if you have opinions, please. I love a good fan theory, but
There is thinking, dang, I forgot to ask Merwin about her garden.
Oh no, the garden. The neglected garden. That'll
I
come
want to
up.
know the
Fun.
pH. I want to know the pH scale of the soil.
Okay.
What is the light to the shadow ratio? It's very important. It can't all be in sunlight.
True.
Is it getting watered enough? So many factors.
Yes. For Miri, she is PO'd. She is, all that she could think when Sunny was like, well, we've done our job. It's like, well, we have another. There's a follow-up. They're kidnapping people and keeping them in cages. So she's very much like, well, these folks have never known the warmth of a hearth, and it shows. Time to teach them a thing or two about the way the fires can burn.
okay.
Yeah, I think Sunny is very upset about this, but they're very glad they have friends who are able to help them with the intellectual side of things, like connecting the dots on where and why things are happening so that I can do action and help them out as best I can. It's nice to not have to take care of the mental part of that, so I'm just appreciating my friends and very angry.
Okay.
I think Abigail, going into whatever happens next, is feeling like she's stealing her resolve. She has been hoping and working towards trying to do what she can to dismantle the megacorp. And she feels like maybe this is going to be the right direction. I also, if I may, I think that Abigail is maybe feeling a little bit smitten with Sunny for that sweet comment that she made about me being made a good person by all the rainbows. I am feeling that. I am feeling like Sunny has helped me be a better person. If I can throw in that little mechanical bit here, even though we're wrapping up. When you become smitten with someone, you say why, and give them a string on you. So, Sunny, you've got 2 strings on me at the moment. And then I'm
Gotcha.
supposed to answer the question in the Truths of Heart and Blade section of my playbook, which I'd be happy to do now, or I would be happy to do in the chat before the next session if we need to wrap up.
Do it now.
No, we
Do
can
What's
totally
the
do it now.
question?
Yeah.
My question is, why do you think they would be wrong to forgive you? So I think that Abigail feels a little bit conflicted here. She loves that Sunny is so open and so sweet and so nice, but she also recognizes that, like, she herself has had such a big part in everything that's going on. She was involved with similar things, similar kidnappings even, and worries that if Sunny really knew, she wouldn't be saying things like, "Oh, you've become a
That's
good person,"
that's heartbreaking. Oh,
and I think that she shouldn't necessarily forgive me for that.
I think that's
oh, that's
Nice.
painful.
okay.
And I have to follow that up. All right. Well, that was amazing, by the way. One thing, the things on Sear's mind. First off, scorekeeping for you folks at home. I've got enough suspicion points on this connection to do something grand. That'll have to wait till next time. So, Emma, be prepared for me to pull a big reveal BS sometime during next session.
That's my secret muscles. I'm never actually prepared. I'm just really good at improv.
I know you are. Prepare if you dare. Second off, my character has a trust mechanic, so I actually have, on a scale from 0 to 6, my character's trust level with each of you. And certain things make it go up, certain things make it go down. Sunny's the only one that's really done anything to interact with this mechanic. Sunny has increased trust from me. When that fills up, something cool happens. When that empties, something bad happens. But nevertheless, Sunny's vulnerability, sharing that with Seer, has gained some more trust from me. So well done. Don't worry about keeping track of that. That's my problem. As far as
Woohoo.
yeah. So, anyways, stuff that what's on Seer's mind right now, I think it's just the general thought of how the Megacorp has took something from her years ago and just kind of had to deal with it, and is seeing that, like, in its very PR friendly way, it kind of screws people over. But this right here, Seer's making connections. And she can see that, like, yes, there's definitive proof that they are doing something very bad. And Seer's thinking about what can we do to reveal this truth and make it hurt. And see if we can enact some positive change in society. That's something that's going through her head on the mental side. On the emotional side, Seer is still... She likes being with the people from the bar. She likes being with the Pride, as we are known as. With a Y, because it's cool. But I think she is still looking to make connections with people. Maybe she found somebody or some people that she can trust and be open with, but that is yet to be determined at this point. For now, we're going to probably get things back to the bar, and then off with the night shift. The gig
Who does
economy
she
never stops.
trust the least?
Who do I trust the least? Okay. So, to reveal a bit about that, everyone except for Sunny is at a 3 on the scale from 0 to 6. That's what you start at. Your trust goes down with me if you successfully figure me out, or if I unsuccessfully figure you out, or if one of you guys flirts with the toxic power, or if you use the call in a toxic power move. So if you did what I did, basically. That decreases my character's trust. You increase trust if you take an unnecessary risk for me. If I make a mistake and someone supports me to help me recover, if I share something deeply personal and it's received with compassion, or in Sunny's case, they are vulnerable with me. So that is how that mechanic works, and of course I get to decide what does and doesn't count. So, it's not like a video game where if you keep throwing like croissants at me, eventually you'll max out my affection meter, and then I'll be like, "Marry me, you fool!" Right? Like,
I mean, but Merlin is here, so wouldn't it actually work?
well, but I'm talking about like if there's
Depends on the bread.
There's stuff connected that works, but this isn't like your Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing or whatever, where it's just I give you item you like plus 10 affection. I give you item you like plus 10 affection. That's what I mean. But for Miri, that is legitimate move.
I'm just making a joke. Just Merwin just tossing you bread.
I can make a bread that causes you to float towards it.
Yes,
fantastic.
Physics, I love it.
I just need Muscles to not get bread until the very last one. Like, this needs to be the gag the whole time because it's been like so steady through this episode.
I really try not to talk over people, so as long as people just keep talking and don't give me a place to barge in, you will successfully block me from getting much of anything done. So that's your cue, guys.
Feel free to use Callista at random moments to snatch bread out of the air.
Just hit it with her little accent. Oi, thanks, babes. I needed some bread for that.
Yeah.
How am I doing playing an introverted character?
I think it's been good. I think it's been a good mixture of like the deadpan and like dealing with the people you trust. I think you did a good job. Okay.
Yeah, you showed a lot of character just without sometimes saying anything in character, just by actions and stuff.
Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call the stream there. So everyone who is watching, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. We'll have second episode in 2 weeks from now. Hopefully we'll stream here as well. For anyone who watched the first one of the other group, that's next week, game 2. Kind of same thing that I talked about. We're going to pick someone after we log off to give a recap at the beginning of next game, but we'll do that after I stop stream and everything. For now, just good night, stream.
Night stream.
Bye.